6, the troubling case dubbed Gardening While Black.
An African-American man who's an urban farmer ended up on trial over the allegations of 3 white women angered by his work on a community garden.
7 Action News reporter Kimberly Craig tells us what happened and how it played out in court.
Marc Peeples went on trial this week on 3 counts of misdemeanor stalking, and by the time it was over, the judge had harsh words for the 3 women who claimed to be the victims.
These women, clearly were lying, you know what I mean? Clearly they were lying.
They complain saying that you have threatened them in the past.
Marc Peeples says for months 3 women who are white repeatedly called Detroit police on him for working on a garden in an old park on the city's east side, falsely accusing him of being a pedophile and having a gun. And when he painted trees red, black, and green, colors of the Pan-African flag, he was accused of being in a gang.
None of this was true. None of it is true. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't, this was purposely done to try to destroy my life.
People's attorney Robert Burton-Harris says this was a case of
gardening while black, where you have people calling the police on mostly African Americans for doing very mundane things.
You think she moved into this neighborhood to be called a racist?
This man is a friend of one of the 3 women whose complaints ultimately landed Peeples in handcuffs, charged with 3 counts of misdemeanor stalking.
So you got to cuff me and all that?
They were willing to call me a pedophile. They were willing to call me a gang-banging, gun-toting racist, you know what I mean? And I was doing anything but planting the seed, to try to help my community grow.
Hey, the part about him coming out and farming and teaching kids how to farm, it's fantastic. Oh my God, please do more of that, But at the same time, you can't get done digging a hole over here and teaching kids how to do it and then walk over and say, I'm going to burn your house down and run you out of here because you're white.
But when Peeples went on trial this week, 36th District Court Judge Elenise Bryant acquitted Peeples, siding with the urban farmer in a directed verdict. And she believes this was a case very much about race.
It was clearly, in my opinion, that these ladies had engaged in not only harassment of Mr. Peeples, but illegal conduct towards Mr. Peeples.
They just strictly thought that their so-called white privilege was going to work this time, and it didn't.
Marc Peeples and his attorney say they now plan to file a civil lawsuit against the 3 women for, at the very least, defamation. In downtown Detroit, Kimberly Craig, 7 Action News.
All right, Kim.